Built in the years immediately before the fall of China's last imperial dynasty, the Kowloon-Canton Railway became a key transportation artery in southern China right upon its full completion in 1911. Its service pattern changed many times over the tumultuous 20th century, and in the second half of 20th century, the KCR's Hong Kong and mainland China sections began to operate separately. The Hong Kong section is now known as the MTR East Rail Line, which we have already covered on this channel. The mainland China section evolved into the Guangzhou-Shenzhen Railway today. Guangzhou and Shenzhen are both megacities in the heart of China's Greater Bay Area, and there are now multiple railways that connect the two. While the original KCR route is not a high-speed line, it has direct access to the city centers and remains a popular choice, with over 70 pairs of trains on a daily basis. We have just crossed over the Hong Kong-Shenzhen border at Luohu. Immediately beyond the border checkpoint is Shenzhen Railway Station, the southern terminus of Guangzhou-Shenzhen Railway. Shenzhen was one of the original stations from the railway's opening in 1911, though back then it was located slightly north of the current position. Shenzhen Station was relocated to the border in 1950, and the station building we see today opened in 1991, with several rounds of upgrades and renovations in subsequent years, as the city grew from a small market town into a tech and manufacturing giant with 18 million residents. The station name atop the building is the handwriting of Deng Xiaoping himself, who wanted Shenzhen to be a model city in China's modern economic reform. Passengers entering the station go through a standard ticket check and security screening, then go upstairs to the waiting area. The design here is retro compared to the newer high-speed train stations, but at least it's spacious and clean. Since July 2025, departures on the Guangzhou-Shenzhen line have been moved to Gate 6 on this floor, which has a separate waiting area. Although China Railway in general always uses reserved seating, on select routes such as the Guangzhou-Shenzhen line, passengers can just hop on an earlier train without needing to change their reservation. Of course, then the ticket would become open seating and you'll just have to stand if there is no seat available. We are taking the C8014 train bound for Guangzhoubaiyun station today and will stick to our booking. This train is scheduled to depart at 15:37 and boarding is called about 15 minutes prior to the indicated departure time. The crowd cleared through the pre-boarding ticket check pretty quickly, then headed to platform 6. The second-class seat cost me 72 Chinese yuan. Today's C8014 train is operated using a CRH-1A train set, manufactured by Bombardier Sifang Power Transportation in Qingdao and entered into service in 2007. The CRH-1A is developed from the Adtran's Regina C 2008 platform, primarily used in Sweden. As one of the early batches of high-speed EMUs operating in China, the CRH-1A actually has a number of issues, the most infamous of which is the pressure on eardrums passengers often feel when the train enters and exits tunnels. The train also only has one set of doors on each side per carriage, limiting boarding efficiency during peak times. Still, with maximum speed well exceeding 200 kilometers per hour, the CRH-1A certainly represented the coming of a new era when first introduced in the mid-2000s. Second-class interior has 3+2 seating. Luggage can be stored both on the overhead racks or at the ends of each carriage. The seats cannot lean back and do not really have a headrest, though at least the cushions are firm and comfortable enough. There are also seat back pocket and a functional tray table. First class has 2+2 layout and slightly better headrests. Those seats here still don't tilt back. At 15:37, the C8014 departed on time and accelerated rapidly out of Shenzhen Station. This train would run non-stop for the next 139 kilometers to Guangzhou Dong Station.
各位旅客，欢迎乘坐本次列车。担任本次列车服务工作的是中国铁路广州局集团有限公司的乘务组。为营造城市守信、文明乘车的良好氛围，请大家文明就坐，不抢座，不霸座。请大家文明乘车。 车厢内不要大声喧哗，使用手机等电子产品时尽量降低声音，避免打扰其他旅客。请看管约束好同行儿童，勿让儿童在车厢内奔跑、打闹。
Soon after departure, we passed Shenzhen Dong Station. It was an original KCR station and used to be a minor cargo station before expanding into a passenger terminal in 2012. In a few minutes, we pass Pinghu Station on the northern edge of Shenzhen, another original KCR station with current station building completed in 2016. We're now entering the city of Dongguan, with resident population of over 10 million. Historically, it was an agricultural area, but in recent decades, Dongguan has developed into one of the most prominent manufacturing centers in the world, covering areas from textile to foods to chemicals and, of course, electronics. When the KCR first began operation in 1911, it was single track and, of course, not electrified. The mainland China Guangzhou to Shenzhen section went through multiple upgrades since the 1980s, and China Railway used it as a testing platform for higher speed rail technologies and operations. Today, the Guangzhou-Shenzhen Railway is a busy artery providing 160 kilometers per hour commercial service through southern China's economic center. The Changping station we're passing now used to be a border crossing station for some intercity through trains to and from Hong Kong. These trains were discontinued during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the rail border crossing at Changping station officially closed on July 31st, 2024. Immediately after Dongguan Station, we pass over Dong River, the main eastern tributary of the Pearl River. Since the 1960s, a series of pump stations and reservoirs partially divert Dong River water to Hong Kong as an important source of drinking water there. The train enters the administrative boundary of Guangzhou not long after crossing the river, though we're still about 60 kilometers away from city center. Soon, we're joined by the Guangzhou-Shanwei high-speed railway, running on viaducts just north of us. This line opened in 2023 and supports 350 km per hour operation for much of its route east of Zhengcheng Station. It merges into our Guangzhou-Shenzhen Railway at Xintang Station ahead for access into central Guangzhou. Xintang itself is yet another original KCR station, though the current station structure opened only in 2023. The train slows down significantly after Xintang Station, passing the nearby cargo-only Xiayuan Station at only 55 km per hour. At 1632, the train passed through Tianhedong Station. During the second half of 20th century, this station was home to the largest dangerous goods depot in southern China, though that role ended in 2005. We're now nearing central Guangzhou. At 1638, the C8014 train makes its first stop at Platform 1 of Guangzhou Dong Station. The train next to us is the D2395 from Guangzhou Dong to Xiamen. We have covered 139 kilometers in 1 hour and 5 minutes. Back in the day, most of the through trains connecting Hong Kong terminated here at Guangzhou Dong Station. It remains a popular station today, with many passengers getting off here. The C8014 depart Guangzhou Dong Station at 1642. We're now rolling through the historical Yuexiu district, the heart of Guangzhou, which thrived on maritime commerce for over 2 millennia.
Dear passengers, please take your belongings.
At 1650, our train pulls into Platform 3 of Guangzhou Station. Built in 1974, Guangzhou Station used to be a massive hub for migrant workers from all over the country. It is now undergoing reconstruction to enable high-speed rail access, and many long-distance trains that used to depart from here have been relocated to elsewhere in the city. Many trains to Shenzhen still stop here though, including the one next to us.
This is Guangzhou Railway Station.
In a narrow sense, the Guangzhou-Shenzhen Railway terminates here. But we continue for a few more minutes to arrive at Guangzhoubaiyun Station at 1702. We disembark at Platform 18 out of a total of 21. The train on the adjacent platform is the C7175 going back to Shenzhen. Opened at the end of 2023, Guangzhoubaiyun Station is a large hub intended to relieve traffic at existing stations. It is a nexus that connects the conventional and high-speed rail networks, and its modern design clearly showcases the tireless evolution of rail travel in this economic heart of southern China. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel and transit content. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.